I love this Pistons young core, and I'm actually really excited to watch them this season, but it's kind of crazy that there's still a good chance that they are the worst team in the Eastern Conference in 2024. You got Cade Cunningham coming back from injury into his third season. You have Jaden Ivey, who had a really good second half of his rookie season. Same with Jalen Duren. They drafted Ausar Thompson 5th overall. They maybe can give James Wiseman another full chance this year in the front court. But when you stack this team up against the rest of the Eastern Conference, I don't really know what other teams they're better than. I think that there's like maybe 2 teams that they could finish better in by season's end, and I think it's the Washington Wizards and maybe the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know if the Magic are going to take that next step this year either. They could be at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. But yeah, I think it's going to be really tough for the Pistons to make the play-in tournament, which I don't really think should be their goal. I think it's just seeing some progression out of their young core. It's the first year with Monty Williams, one of the better head coaches in the league, running the show. And Monty Williams turned that team around in Phoenix, and the Pistons are hoping he could do the same for them. I think they should definitely move Bojan Bogdanovic at this year's trade deadline. It's a little expensive of a contract, $19 million, but I think they should be able to find a suitor if they can get like 20 to 30 first round pick. I think like from 20 to 30 in the draft. I think you take that. Or if maybe there's a young player that is just not in the team's rotation because they're trying to win now, maybe take a flyer on that guy, like a James Wiseman from last year. I don't really like the Marvin Bagley contract when they gave it out. I don't even know if he's going to make a rotation. He could also be somebody that's going to be traded at the deadline. We'll see. Since we do have Bojan Bogdanovic, they just extended Isaiah Stewart, who's still only 22 years old. And they got Duren and Wiseman at the center position. I like Marcus Sasser a lot coming out of Houston. I thought it was a weird fit for him to end up in Detroit. I kind of wanted to see him go to a team that was going to be in the playoffs next year. They ended up getting Monty Morris this offseason. It's still a solid roster. I do plan on being a seller at the deadline, so guys like Alec Burks, Monty Morris, Bojan Bogdanovic, Marvin Bagley could all be traded. Joe Harris too, but it's going to be tough because his contract's a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, I loved a man coming out of the draft, but Killian Hayes is going to fall to the rotation unless an injury happens. Like, you just can't shoot 37% from the field, 28% from 3, and just, I don't know, get minutes for us. Like, we have to just, at some cost, let it go. He did shoot 82% from the line, which gives me confidence. He could be a good shooter and like 6 assists, man. I just wish he put it together because I loved him coming out of the draft back in 2020. So I think we try to get Marcus Sasser minutes. I don't really think he'll benefit from bringing the G League since he is 23 years old. So this is what the starting 5 is going to look like. Cade Cunningham at the 1, Ivy at the 2, Bojan at the 3, Stewart, newly extended at the 4, Jalen Duren at the 5, Ausar Thompson's going to be the full-on 6-man. Then we have James Wiseman coming off the bench. I'm just going to swap his and Stewart's minutes. We got Marvin Bagley, Alec Burks, and Marcus Sasser. Man, it's really tough to play Sasser over Monty Morris. Like, Monty Morris is so much better. So you know what? Maybe we don't play Alec Burks, so I do think is underrated, and maybe we should find a new team for it. I just feel like I gotta get Marcus Sasser minutes, and it's gonna come at the expense of Alec Burks. I also like Isaiah Livers too, so maybe he cracks the rotation. We're 3.5 star pace and space, which is actually pretty solid under Monty Williams. I think I'm going to have Bojan Bogdanovic mentor Ausar Thompson, which is definitely like a weird friendship or connection there, but I think it'll be best for the long run, or at least until Bojan gets traded. I mean, this team doesn't really have any bad contracts at the moment. Like I said, I'm going to try to move Bojan Bogdanovic at the deadline, about $20 million. Joe Harris isn't expiring. Even Bagley's getting paid $12.5 million next year. Like, $12.5 million isn't the end of the world for one more year. Wiseman's gone at the end of the year. We're going to eventually have to pay Cade Cunningham in 2 years, which is fine. Burks and Monty Morris, that's $19 million off the shelf. It's like, we're going to have a ton of cap space this offseason. We are in a big market team, so I don't really know who we're going to pick up. But yeah, like, we're going to have 19, 26, 38, $57 million off the books at the end of the season, which is kind of crazy. First game of the year is on the road against the Miami Heat. We end up losing 111-98. Tyler Hero had 30 points. Bojan had 23. Jalen Duren had 29. You know how good he is in 2K. We'll see how good he is in 2K24. Ausar Thompson shot 3 for 11. He did have 7 assists, which is definitely something to keep an eye on this year. We get our first win in Game 2 against Charlotte, a team that I think could finish worse than us, as Cade Cunningham had 22, 4, and 5. I think it'll take him a little bit of time to ease back into it since he did miss majority of the 2023 season. And then we got a home game here against the Chicago Bulls, and we blow them out. Whoa, would you look at that? Bojan Bogdanovic, 17 free throws. Hell yeah, some teams definitely going to want to pick that up at the deadline. That's just what I want to see. I want him to play well so we can get a nice return. I think I'm going to move him at the deadline just so a team gets a year and a half control of him so we can get a little bit more in that trade package. Jaden Ivey had a phenomenal Game 3. Same with Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren had a double-double and 20 points. Ausar Thompson is off to a rough start for sure, so let's hope that he will be fine throughout the year. We're 3-1. All right, is Detroit back? We beat the Thunder, a good 2K team, by 6 in overtime. Bojan, 30 points. Cade, 24, 7, and 6. Duren at 22 and 10. 11 assists for Jaden Ivey. Sor Thompson, though, he is struggling from the field. I guess I'll stop when we lose our next game, and it is against the Portland Trailblazers. Cade Cunningham played phenomenal here. Damian Lillard at 44 points, still in Portland. Yeah, Cade is off to a phenomenal start. He could win Most Improved Player. He's up there in the betting odds for that. I don't think it should go to like Cade Cunningham since he was a #1 overall pick. So you'd expect him to improve, but we're actually off to a great year. Is Monty Williams just that guy as a head coach? This is brutal for his rookie season. Asor Thompson breaks his left forearm. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. He was struggling as well. Putting up the counting numbers like 10, 4, and 3 is great from a rookie, but that efficiency is leaving a lot to be desired for. Maybe we should just have him stop taking threes or just kind of dial that down for his rookie season at least. So we're definitely honestly just going to see Alec Burks play a ton, try to get that trade value up as well. This might be a good time to just show you guys what we're doing to 28 games through the year. 15 and 13, definitely exceeding expectations. Bojan Bogdanovic, man, having a 50, 40, 90 season. I think even if we're in playoff contention, I think I'm still going to move on. I don't know, though. He's been really good for us, and if we can get some playoff experience for Cade and the other guys, that could be huge in their development. And Cade having a great year 3. Jaden Ivey, also great efficiency as well. 49% from the field, 8% increase from his rookie season, 37 from 3. And everything is up. Like, free throw percentage is up as well. Jalen Duren's averaging 13 and 9, 62% from the field. And I was hoping he would get to like a block a night, so we'll see what happens there. James Wiseman, 51% from the field, 9.6.5 rebounds. I would be interested in bringing him back as a backup big. He just may ask for too much money. Like, if we try to see what he would be demanding, I mean, does it not tell you here in the contract extensions anymore? Okay, because you can kind of see their demand. Like, $12 million is what he's getting paid now. Would I give him $12 million in the offseason? I maybe would. It looks like Monty Morris is open to an extension. I think there's a better chance that we end up, I was going to say trading him, but for $4 million a year, him as a backup point guard behind Cade is actually pretty good. And we do need some vets on this team. I currently have him mentoring Cade Cunningham as well. So you know what? Let's do that. Team-friendly deal. I'll do $5 million. Yeah, welcome back, Monty Morris. All right, we're 17 and 17, and Asor Thompson just came back. Alec Burks has been good, man. I just don't know who would fall to the rotation. 38% from 3 for Marcus Sasser. So you know what? Maybe I'm going to take Sasser out of the rotation for now, and then like after the trade deadline, he could be inserted back into it. So I think Alec Burks can get like 17 minutes. We'll do 19 as Asor Thompson. 17 and 17. Let's just kind of stay being respectable. Also, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I would call Stefan Castle Steven Castle. Well, I do know why, because I have a friend or someone I knew spelled the name same way, but it was Steven. I don't know why people have different like pronunciations of it and just kind of get called a different way, and that's why I just assumed it was like that. And whenever I watched highlights of him, I would just not even hear his name or just have the sound off. That's kind of what I do. I'll like edit and then kind of have highlights on in the background just to have like an idea of what the prospects are that are coming into the NCAA season. So I mentioned in the Blazers rebuild, I mentioned in rebuilds past that it's I said Stefan Castle, or excuse me, Steven Castle, when it's Stefan Castle. So just gonna say I'm an idiot now, and I will be better with that. So we are here at the All-Star Draft. We do not have any Detroit Pistons in the All-Star game. I expect to see Cade Cunningham in this draft at some point in this video. So we're 23 and 25 approaching the trade deadline. I think we can kind of make those decisions right now, and we are doing kind of well. We're the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. We do have our first round pick. I believe it is lottery protected. So, hey, if we make the playoffs and we don't get our pick, that is fine with me. Giannis is leading the MVP race. Ja is 5. He always wins it in year 1, so we'll see if he doesn't here. Wemby is #1 in the Rookie of the Year race. Asor Thompson, they're at number 5. The efficiency hasn't really gotten too much better. Chris Paul winning the 6th Man of the Year race. I think the Warriors did come out and say that he will be starting. Giannis top of the DPOY race. Paul Reed, most improved. No Cade Cunningham. I'm fine with that. And LeBron at the clutch player top of the race there. So taking a look here at the stats, and if I do move away or off of Bojan Bogdanovic, we're probably not making the playoffs. So I'm going to see if I can get a really good return offer. If I can't, I don't mind keeping him because he can definitely help us make a playoff push. Ivy, I still think has been fine. His points have been down, assists have been up, turnovers have been down by a decent amount, so that is great to see. Jalen Duren, 0.9 blocks. He may get to that 1 block a game threshold that I kind of wanted to see him at. We know Asor Thompson's kind of struggling. Cade Cunningham is shooting 46, 34, 83 splits. He could be better in the efficiency department for sure. And just kind of looking at the power forwards, Marvin Bagley, I think has been fine in his role. Isaiah Stewart is maybe a little bit unhappy with his playing time. So we're going to be making this trade with the New Orleans Pelicans. We're getting Robert Covington, who probably won't crack the rotation. Maybe just use him as a defensive mentor for maybe a Sor Thompson or somebody like that. And we're getting a second-round pick out of this. So basically a second-round pick for Alec Burks, who is pretty good. And I think I would be interested in bringing him back in the offseason. So let's do that trade. But a lot of these trades are me kind of giving up first-round picks. I think getting Josh Green would be nice, but I would have to pay him at the end of the year. And I don't know if he's going to really get that playing time. I mean, moving on Bojan would help, but I would probably start a Sor Thompson. I can get PJ Washington in a second, but I don't really think I need PJ Washington when I have Bagley and Isaiah Stewart right now. We could get a first-round pick from the Heat, but I got to take on Duncan Robinson's terrible contract. I don't really need that. The Grizzlies would give me Luke Kennard. We could bring him back to Detroit, and I get a 2026 first. You know what? I do think I'm going to capitalize on that. They're going to get Bojan Bogdanovic. I kind of want to try to keep him, but what is our ceiling this year? Maybe a first-round exit, and then he regresses in the offseason, and I could have gotten a first-round pick. So I'm going to do this trade with the Memphis Grizzlies. Luke Kennard is guaranteed $14.5 million, a little bit more next year, which I am fine with. So, yeah, let's do this trade with the Grizz. But hey, maybe if I was in the locker room every day with Bojan, I wouldn't have wanted to move him. So we're going to give a Sor Thompson more run. I want to see what he could do for the remainder of the year. Like, yeah, we're going to continue to start Jalen Duren. We're going to go 35 to the backcourt, 30 to Sor Thompson. I still want to start Isaiah Stewart, and we can give him some more minutes as well. We can do 28 to him. We'll have 23 to Bagley, 22 to Wiseman. We can do 15 to Monte Morris. I got 20 minutes remaining. I may just give them all to Marcus Sasser. I don't really need to. Maybe not. Maybe I'll give him 10. I feel like I probably should pay Luke Kennard. Play him, not pay him. I'll probably do 17 to Wiseman because I don't even know if he's going to be back at the end of the year. So we kind of want to see what we can get out of Luke Kennard as like that sharpshooter for us off the bench. Do we have any contract extensions? Not really at the moment. So I think I'm going to just decrease the Sor Thompson shot 3 tendency, and maybe that can improve his 3-point shot for the remainder of the season. So let's advance past the 2024 trade deadline. Any big trades that happened around the week? Daniel Gafford for Evan Fournier in a second. I could see that if like Hartenstein or Mitchell Robinson went down this year for sure. Darius Baisley went for a first. Whoa, that's kind of a sick trade for the Warriors, getting Jalen Pickett as well. Or no, they ended up, okay, sick trade for the Nets. Jakob Poeltl for Yusuf Nurkic. All right, Miles Bridges and Rozier for Herter and Barnes. Not sure why Sacramento would really be interested in that. Whoa, okay. KD reunites with Ben Simmons. We have Bradley Beal and Jonathan Goodwin for Ben Simmons and Lonnie Walker. Ricky Rubio for Danny Green. Damn, Jalen Pickett was traded a few times this year. So we'll see if this team can still make the play-in tournament. As I say that, Cade Cunningham gets broken ribs out 1 to 2 weeks. At least it's not anything more than that. Also, I guess there's something wrong with the draft classes now where they can't have the same names. Like, we have Stephon Castleton. We have Mantis Bruzuelas, which is actually just kind of funny. We have Isaiah Almanza instead of Izan. Damn, Sor Thompson with another major injury in his rookie year. He had the forearm injury in the beginning of the season. Now he fractured his right leg. He's going to be out for the year. Oh, that's brutal. 2 major injuries in his rookie season. He's going to end his first year in the NBA with a 47% true shooting percentage. That is brutal. And Nikola Jokic wins MVP. So it wasn't Giannis, but it also wasn't Ja Morant. Wemby takes home Rookie of the Year. I'm waiting to see somebody else. Maybe when I do a Blazers rebuild or a Hornets rebuild, I can try to get Scoot or Brandon Miller to get it. Jaden Hardy, 6 Man of the Year. That is pretty cool. I think it's very deserving. 20 points per game, shot 35 from 3. I think, yeah, that's pretty cool to see. Giannis Depoy, B-Ball, Paul, Most Improved. I feel like I see that sometimes. And Luka takes home Clutch Player of the Year. Quinn Snyder, Coach of the Year. And that would be Bob. Well, I actually don't know the new GM of the Warriors now that Bob Myers isn't there anymore. Is it Mike Dunleavy? I think it is. Yeah, Mike Dunleavy Jr. is their GM. But Jokic does have an injury possibly for the playoffs. We'll see. You have Shea and Trey on All-NBA second team. James Harden broke his right toe. He will be out for a little bit of the playoffs if they stay alive. And this is All-NBA third team. Don't think we're going to get any Detroit Pistons besides probably a Sor Thompson on a rookie team. And there he is on an all-rookie second team. So even with like the poor ends of the season, we did finish up as the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. So we do have a chance to make the playoffs. We ended up beating out the Orlando Magic by 2 games. So in the beginning of the video, I was like, yeah, the Pistons could finish as the worst team in the NBA or in the Eastern Conference. Orlando, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Washington, and surprisingly, Indiana were all worse than us. I know people are very high on Indiana this year. Cade Cunningham, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal as well. Finish on the season. Did Duren get 1 block? Yes, he did. 1.1 a night. That is what I am talking about. So for the playoffs, I think I will start Luke Kennard as the starting small forward. I don't even know. Well, for the playoffs, I mean the play-in tournament, maybe we throw Covington out there instead of Sasser, who struggled down the stretch, just for a defensive presence. So we'll do like 10 to him. We'll do 17 to Morris, 20 to Wiseman, 25 to Bagley, really playing the front court here. 30 to Stewart, 34 to Jalen Duren. I want to go 38 to Cunningham and Ivy, and then we could do 28 minutes to Mr. Luke Kennard. System proficiency with that lineup is still 3.5 star pace and space. But we're taking on the Toronto Raptors, who are definitely better than us at the moment. I don't know if they have anybody that's hurt, but I see Siakam, Patty Mills, maybe Dennis Schroeder. I know they were trying to trade Schroeder, and it looks like they did, or he did get hurt. Actually, we can take a look at the injuries, I believe, here. Yeah, Schroeder broke his left ankle, and Precious Achiuwa tore his left meniscus. Damn, so some pretty gruesome injuries to the Raptors. We'll see if we can pull off the upset, stay alive in the play-in tournament, go on to the second leg of it, and we're up by 16 right now. Wow. That is very shocking. Isaiah Stewart, not going to say he's all cardio team, because he does have 2 blocks, but 2 points in 25 minutes. Luke Kennard, who says we need Bojan Bogdanovic, has 27 points and has hit 8 threes through 3.5 quarters. That's kind of incredible. We don't blow it in the 4th quarter, and we stay alive. Now, if we do advance, I believe we don't get our first round pick. Cade Cunningham shot 11 for 25. What a game from Luke Kennard, man. Ivy had 7 rebounds and 9 assists. He did not shoot well, though. Actually, this pick is top 18 protected, so I think no matter what, we will be getting this pick, even if we do make the playoffs. But we're taking on the New York Knicks in MSG. I would be very shocked if we won this game, but it is 2K for you. We were up by double digits. We're up by 10 right now in the 4th quarter. Jaden Ivey is 22. Cunningham 21. Bagley's having a great game. Kennard is still playing solid. And yeah, do the Knicks have any injuries? We know that they made the Daniel Gafford trade. Quickly has a minor injury that he could play through. And we don't... No, we choked it. I was going to say, yep, we didn't choke it, but we did choke it in the 4th quarter. Got outscored by 8 there. Went to overtime, got outscored by 5 in overtime, unfortunately. Cade had a very good game. Kennard, man, was the play-in tournament, I'd say, a hero for us. Top guy. Marvin Bagley, 7 for 8 from the field. Isaiah Stewart, you're really trying to get benched or traded after that new contract. Oh, man. Brunson. Brandel, yeah. Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson both went off against us, and yeah, we do get eliminated. But honestly, I would say that's a success of a season. Brandon Ingram, Western Conference Finals MVP. Donovan Mitchell in the East. And the NBA Finals are between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Some new teams, which is cool. And the Cavs winning 6 with Donovan Mitchell being your Finals MVP. So I think we're like maybe further along than expected. I thought we weren't going to be a play-in tournament team, let alone win a play-in tournament game. And we did just that this season. Popovich and Rick Carlisle and Lloyd Pierce call it quits. Chris Paul enters the Hall of Fame. Gets his jersey retired by the Clippers, as he should. I'd honestly say retire, and maybe New Orleans as well. But then again, I don't know. I don't think he will. So our pick is going to be potentially number 8. Well, I'm kind of glad that we didn't make the playoffs, because that pick could get some luck. You know what? Let's just simulate the lottery results. Give me some luck. No, we actually dropped from 8 to 9, but hey, the 9th overall pick in this draft, I will take that. Wizards get number 1, Jazz at number 2, Pacers at number 3. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. Maybe another wing, I think, could be solid. Like, I love this coaching duo of Monty Williams, Steven Silas. Got Jarrett Jack as an assistant as well. What are the odds I could pick up Wes Unseld? Probably not as my shot doctor. I don't think I would want to do that. What about Josh Longstaff? I think I'd prefer him there. And yeah, we're going to sign him. Nice. And then we're also going to hire Clay McDaniel as my assistant GM. So yeah, we'll see if this team can kind of turn around. Lee Oliver as the owner there. And I think I said before, yeah, like the Rockets would get our pick now. It's been traded a few times, once to the Thunder. Now, like the Knicks have the protection part of it. So we can take a look at the mock drafts. Pick 9, not the best, not the worst. I mean, if Justin Edwards was there, I would like that. I don't know if I want to take a backup point guard. Maybe take a backup center, like Donovan Klingen, Bobby Klintman out of Sweden. Yeah, because he's playing Euroball now. Because he was going to enter the draft last year, had some like late draft hype, like late draft process hype by Kevin O'Connor. That was going to be a first round pick. Didn't end up going into the draft and then went. So yeah, overseas. Kyle Filipowski could be a good backup center. DJ Wagner projected to go pretty low. Alex Sarr at 25. Yeah, I mean, I would take him. Ade Mara is the projected number 1 pick on Sporting News. He might be the contestant number 1 in this year's class. Okay, that's cool, because I like when it's different at times, where I can get him at 10 in some rebuilds, and then sometimes he goes number 1, where he might go here. So I think center could be somebody, like I said, Wiseman leaves. Power forward as well, if I move on from Bagley or Stewart, that somebody could potentially be the long-term answer there. Or small forward, because Asar Thompson didn't do much this year to prove to me that he is the long-term answer. Ade Mara, not Adam, goes number 1 overall. It's a good pick by the Wizards. I like him, even though I'd probably take Ron Holland over him, definitely in real life. There's a trade for number 2 who got fleeced. 2 for De'Aaron Fox. I don't know why Sacramento would do that. That is a sick trade for Utah. They take Isaiah Collier, who's my point guard one in this upcoming class. But I just don't agree with that in Sacramento's part. You had a homegrown superstar in De'Aaron Fox, and now Utah's got Fox, Markkanen, Kessler, Collins, Hendricks, George. That's a sick team. Wagner was mocked, 19th and still goes 3. 4 is the praying mantis Buzuelis. Number 5, we got Ron Holland. Okay, so arguably the best player in the class falls to the OKC Thunder. Good thing we're in the Eastern Conference. Number 6 is a trade for Kevin Huerter and Harrison Barnes. So now Kevin Huerter's been traded twice in this video. Same with Harrison Barnes. Both were traded to Charlotte from Sacramento, and now we're traded to San Antonio. And they take Stephon Castle, not Castleton, out of UConn. Cody Williams, the brother of Jalen Williams, the small forward on the OKC Thunder, goes there. And then we have the Magic right ahead of us, and they take Justin Edwards. I would have thought about it. I definitely, actually, probably would have taken him. So we could take Tyrese Proctor. We could take Izan Almansa for some defensive purposes. I like that idea. I'm really big on Alex Sarr, but a 68 overall. We scouted him out 100%. I mean, his ceiling's Dwight Howard. Do I think he's a project player? Maybe. Do I really want to develop him? Or I could take a 76 overall Izan Almansa right there. Oh, this is a tough test because I kind of want to take Alex Sarr. He's my center 2 in this upcoming class. Like right now, it's Ade Mara, and then I have Sarr at number 2, and then I have probably Klingon 3, Kilopowski's like 4 right there with Kalel Ware at 5. Oh, this is tough. So it's either, I don't want to take Klingon. I don't think I want Kilopowski. So it's either Izan Almansa. It's not, his name's not Isaiah, it's Isan. And then it's Alex Sarr. Do I think, I mean, like, I don't need Alex Sarr to be a starter. You know what? I'm going to take him. I know he's going to be a little bit of a developmental piece. I could have maybe traded down to take him, but I don't need him to be a starter. We got Jalen Duren there. This probably means I would let Wiseman walk. I probably would bring back Wiseman on the qualifying offer and then have Sarr spend a year in the G League. We could do that. The Suns get Mikey Williams at 11. Proctor goes 12. Almansa's still on the board. Knicks don't take him there. So you got to fall outside the lottery. There's a trade there at 14 for Mitchell Robinson and a second. So the Knicks take Melvin Ajinka. We have Sammy Calderon. Wow. Almansa is not gone. Kings trade 16 for Hardaway Jr. Maxi Kleber. Hate that for Sacramento. So they made 2 bad picks. Wait, you just traded Fox for pick 2. Why wouldn't you want to draft another guy? But you want Tim Hardaway Jr. and Maxi Kleber. Oh boy, what are the Kings doing? Are they drunk during the draft? The Knicks trade 18 for a lottery protected first, and then there goes Almansa to Toronto. Fantastic. And in the second round, we did end up with Keith McLeod, Clay Cage, and Wes Conley. I don't think I'm going to sign Conley. Cage I will sign just for now. Sarr is a 69 overall. We'll see if I regret that. By far the worst pick in the lottery. Yeah, I may regret it. I may regret it. That could have been stupid. So we got Ivy, Duren, and Kennard's deal was a team option. Man, he was good for us last year. You know what? We're Detroit. We're not a big market team. I'm going to have $60 million in free agency money anyway, or in cap space. Let's pick up the team option on Luke Kennard. Sure, we'll pay him. Probably could have got him back for cheaper in free agency. I'll give Isaiah Livers a qualifying offer. We're going to let Hayes walk. Wiseman, I will give the qualifying offer as well, too. Nick Claxton would have been somebody interesting to go after for sure. I could go after a power forward. I mean, I don't think Siakam would really choose us. I don't really want DeMar DeRozan. I don't really want Miles Bridges. Sadiq Bey reunion, I'll pass on that. Jared Vanderbilt, Obi Toppin. Like, asking respectable $8 to $9 million, and then you have Pat Will, who wants $28 million. Okay. So I think I'm just going to try to look after maybe like a third small forward for the team. Like, I don't know. If we look at the team right now, we have possibly our center depth. Wiseman may even be back. Power forward, we're kind of fine as well with Bagley and Stewart. We're going to have a Sword Thompson at the 3. I don't know if his position or his overall will go up if I move him. It does, so we'll keep him there. And then make his secondary position a shooting guard. And like point guard, we're fine with Caden Morris. Shooting guard will be fine with Ivy and like Sasser, and then like, yeah, with Kennard there. So maybe I'll snag like one more shooting guard or small forward. I'm going to sign veteran Torian Prince to a possible 2-year deal. Yeah, like I said, we're Detroit. We're not a big market team, so I'm not going to go out and sign LeBron James or anybody else that's out there. We are going to renounce rights on Rocco, Joe Harris, Killian Hayes, but not Isaiah Livers or James Wiseman yet. I would take Wiseman back on the qualifying offer. If any team throws him like a deal that's over 1 year, I probably won't match it. And yeah, it looks like that might be the case here. Anybody switch up teams? Kawhi goes to the Lakers. Harden to the Raptors. Siakam goes to Washington, D.C. DeRozan to the Clippers. Clay. What? The Raptors of Siakam would sign Harden and Clay this offseason. Valanciunas to the Hawks. Wow, Anunoby to Orlando. He would have been an interesting pickup. We do get Wiseman and Livers on the qualifying offer, so there's probably a chance Alex Sarr spends time in the G League this year, and the only time he gets called up is if there's an injury to Wiseman or Jalen Duren. But yeah, like Ivy being up to an 85 is really nice to see, and Asor up to a 79. All right, so I think this is going to be the rotation for this season. We're going to have Cade get 34 minutes, Ivy 34, Thompson 29, Stewart 28, and Duren 30. So like Duren's going to get 30, Wiseman gets 18, adds up to 48. Cunningham's going to get 34, Monty Morris is going to get 14 minutes, there we go, adds up to 48. We'll have Kennard get 23, Bagley get 16, and then Marcus Sasser get 14. First guy in case of an injury will be either Livers or Prince, whoever I want it to be. And then if we go and send, I think, yeah, Alex Sarr to the Motor City Cruise this season. System proficiency under Monty Williams is 4-star pace and space. I'll take that. Do we have any contract extensions to possibly get done this year? No. Cade Cunningham will be a restricted free agent at the end of the year, or he's going to get a boatload of money from me. First game of the season against the Washington Wizards at home. Can we get the win? No, we end up losing by 4. Ivy at 26-9, Cade at 18-8. Losing to the Wizards does hurt a little bit because they aren't a great team. The Pacers were the worst team in the East last year. Why would I trade Cade Cunningham for Jordan Poole? No, thank you. And we end up losing by 13. Halliburton goes off against us. All right, not off to the best start at 0-2. I mean, yeah, really can't get any worse than that. Home game against Milwaukee, and we end up losing this game as well, 0-3. So this pick that we have, our first round pick, is top 13 protected in 2025. So yeah, just something to keep an eye on because we just started off this season 0-4. Yikes, Cade Cunningham is struggling. Luke Kennard, though, for some reason, he's not struggling. Asor Thompson has been better. I would like to see a massive maybe jump from him and improvement this year. We get our first win against the Pacers there at home. Ivy at 22, 5 for 10 nights for Thompson and Cunningham. Duren at a double-double. Wiseman, I don't know much about him, honestly, what I feel about him long-term, but we get a win there against the Hawks. Let's see if we can be a little bit better. There we go, 4-4. I'll take 4 in a row. All right, the Knicks just offered me this trade. 2 lottery-protected first-round picks for Marvin Bagley. I think I have to do that. I think I can't say no to this offer. Did Randall go down? No, Randall didn't even go down. I guess they're just looking for that backup power forward over Mackenzie Mbako. So yeah, I'm going to do this trade. They offered it to me. Let's do it. I know that's probably not the greatest idea because he's one of our better players, but I'm going to go out and I'm going to sign Alexis Pokusevski, who's going to get some of the backup big minutes. Isaiah Stewart will still start, and honestly, I'll either give those 16 minutes to Prince or Poku. I think I'm going to give them the Poku. Let's see what he can do for us. We're 5-6. Our first game against the Hornets, we ended up beating them by 13. Poku had 13 points in 16 minutes. Yeah, getting 2 first-round picks for somebody I didn't even plan on keeping next year, I think was the smart move, even if it makes us like 3 games worse throughout the regular season. All right, so quick update, 36 games through the season. We are 21-15. I'll take 6 games over. We sit as the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. So yeah, outside like maybe the Cavs, who are 31-6, 18-1 at home. It's kind of a free-for-all in the Eastern Conference. We did have a slow start to the season, but Jaden Ivey has now surpassed Cade Cunningham as the #1 scorer, which I'm not really sure why, but I guess I'm fine with it. I mean, if they're both going to be played pretty well. But Ivy also has more assists. So is Ivy our best player? Possibly. Jalen Duren has broken out this year, though. 17-12, 1 steal a night. Hopefully gets to over a block a night by the end of the year. 64% from the field. Luke Kennard is that dude. I'm glad I picked up that option, shooting 44 from 3, 95% from the line. Asor Thompson has been better this season. His true shooting has gone up 2 percentage points. I mean, the 3-point percentage and free throw percentage are really bad, though. Isaiah Stewart has been bad. I think we could be a buyer for a power forward at the deadline for sure. I think Wiseman has been a solid backup center for us. Marcus Sasser has been like an inconsistent shooter. Poku, I think, was a huge pickup for us. Maybe there's a chance I start him at the power forward spot over Isaiah Stewart. And to be honest with you, I'm going to do that. If Isaiah Stewart is really going to underperform like this, I'm going to give him about 20 minutes a night, and we're going to go 23 to Poku, or maybe 24 just to see what he can do. No Marvin Bagley, no problem. We're 29-19. I just want to be a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference, and there's a chance we're buyers at the deadline. We won't most likely have our first round pick this year, as like if we're not in the bottom 13, it's going to go to the Knicks. But we just picked up 2 first round picks from the Knicks in that Bagley trade, which we could package with Isaiah Stewart or somebody like that, or Monty Morris, or I don't know, a James Wiseman, to go out and maybe upgrade this team. We do not see Cade Cunningham as an all-star. Wemby Şengün, and Evan Mobley are the first-time All-Stars. LaMelo Ball, second-time All-Star, a starter for Team Giannis. Very excited to use LaMelo Ball in the Hornets rebuild, which is going to be very soon, don't worry. I mean, it's kind of late to do this, but like untouchables were definitely Cade, Ivy, and I think Duren belongs in that category. I think trading block like would have been Wiseman. It would have been probably Isaiah Stewart. Like, I don't think I would have mind moving him at all. And I think, like, that could be it right now. So it is the trade deadline. And if we looked at potential team intel just to see who's on the trade block, Yusuf Nurkic on the block. Don't really want him. Or Norman Powell, Cody Martin, Darius Bazley, Jakob Poeltl. Okay, so Jakob Poeltl and Nurkic, two guys that were traded for each other, both on the trade block. So maybe they, like, both teams just regret that trade entirely. DeRozan, he doesn't really help out our team too much. The Clippers have Towns. Wait, what? Did they trade for Towns? I'd have to look into that. Trae Young is on the trade block, but they're 24 games above 500. I mean, if I needed Trae Young, I would maybe make an offer, but we have Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham, so that really wouldn't make a lot of sense. Killian Hayes is on the trade block. Okay. Bradley Beal on the Nets, Grant Williams on the Mavs, both on the trade block as well. All right, I'm not going to trade for him now, but like this would be the offer. But I think Aaron Gordon, we're going to have cap space, is a guy that I may throw the bag after in free agency. I think we're going to keep our assets now. I mean, we're 10 games above 500 without making a move. I'm not trying to win a championship. I'm going to have to pay Cade Cunningham in the offseason. I think Kennard will come back on even a cheaper deal. Poku and Wiseman, we could figure out what we want to do there. And I know Wiseman has good trade value, but I think it's just kind of unfair. Like, why would anybody really trade for Wiseman or give up meaningful assets? So, yeah, let's bring back Luke Kennard on a 2-year deal, $4 million per year. Maybe he just likes it here in Detroit. So yeah, we're 10 games above 500. Hopefully no major injuries happen in the second half of the year. Let's make the playoffs as a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. Just taking a look at the award races. If Evan Mobley wins MVP over Steph averaging 34 points, I would be shocked. Isaiah Collier, maybe just better than Fox, is going to be maybe Rookie of the Year. We got Marco Jackson's the Kansas guy, right? Maybe not. So we got Scoot Henderson, 6th Man of the Year, behind Dame. We got Mobley, Triple J there, top of the deep-point race. Kessler has a major injury, pulled left calf muscle. Mobley, most improved. Dyson Daniels, I mean, went from 3.5 points to 6.5 points. Okay, I think Kuminga is deserving of that award for sure. And then clutch player, we got LaMelo Ball. Wait, I didn't even notice that. You're telling me LeBron James signed with the Charlotte Hornets? Okay. It would be cool if, like, Bronny was drafted there, and then I would get it. But, you know what? The Hornets may do really well, because LaMelo's, like, a top 10 guy in the league, and they just signed LeBron James. Well, I'm glad I didn't make any trades at the deadline. We are now 23 games above 500. Yeah, we locked up that top 6 seed in the East. Evan Mobley actually took home MVP, averaging less than 20 points per game, and shot 28% from 3 and 70% from the line. All right, Mickey Mouse MVP award. Not too sure. Isaiah Collier, Rookie of the Year. Maybe the Kings were right all along making that trade. He averaged 0.1 rebounds. How many rebounds did this guy who played 27.5 minutes a night average get? 7 rebounds the whole year. That just seems weird. Scoot Henderson, 6th Man of the Year. Mobley took home Depoy. And, oh my God, Mobley took home MVP, Depoy, most improved. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's crazy. Obviously, he's on All-NBA first team. Damn, when I say like the Hornets could be really good, LaMelo's going to miss a little bit of the playoffs. You have Ja, LeBron, Jokic, Curry, Booker on All-NBA second team. I was hoping to maybe get a Piston to sneak in, but I don't really know who would sneak in yet on any of these. Do we get somebody on a defensive team? No, but B-Ball Paul is really good. Man, trade for B-Ball Paul in your rebuilds, because this guy is a freaking stud and is not making too much money, and I don't think it would cost too much either. So we ended the season as the 2 seed. Oh my God, shout out to the Central Division 1 and 2 seeds in the Eastern Conference. I am shocked we were this good this year. 54 in 28. We had, like, tied for the second best record in the NBA. The Jazz had 54 wins with De'Aaron Fox and ended up as the 1 seed in the Western Conference. Portland, who had the 2nd overall pick last year, or they had a top pick, I remember. Oh, but Anthony Simons is hurt. Who did they draft, or did they trade the pick? They might have traded the pick. I mean, they have Austin Reeves. I forget if they traded it on draft night. Atlanta is number 3, New York number 4, but yeah, Cleveland with Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell. Oh, they have Lonzo Ball with Garland coming off the bench. Why would you do that? Just move Mitchell to the 3, Lonzo at the 2, and Garland at the 1 or something like that. So could we win it all in year 2? That'd be cool. Cade and Ivy both had 20+ points per game. Ivy shot 40% from 3, 80% from the line. Cade shot 37% from 3, 60% true shooting, 20 points exactly on the dot, 4.9 rebounds, 6.5 assists. Duren did not average 17 points, but he averaged 16, 10.5, a block a night, did not average a steal a night, did shoot 63% from the field. Asor Thompson was better in his second year. Yeah, the true shooting percentage went up 6 percentage points, so you'd like to see that. And a steal and a half, and 1.3 steals a night, which is good. Luke Kennard, who's dealing with a cut on his head, minor injury, but yeah, one of the best three-point shooters in the league, 43% for us this year. Wiseman, solid backup center. Stewart, yeah, was really bad this season. Poku, honestly, way better for us as the starting power forward. Sasser, Morris, Prince there. Sasser did end up shooting 38% from 3 and 88 from the line. He's going to be playing for us in the playoffs. Actually, I lied. I don't know if he will be. Yeah, so he may just get like 5 minutes. I just kind of want to give him some playoff experience. Alex Sarr, hopefully we'll be up to a better overall. Next year, we have Kennard, Wiseman, Stewart, Morris, Sasser off the bench, with this being the starting five of Cade and Ivy, both playing 39 minutes, 30 to Thompson, 25 to Poku, 33 to Jalen Duren. System proficiency is 3.5 star pace and space. We are taking on the Orlando Magic in round 1. A very, I think, solid team. They got Dinwiddie, OG Anunoby in the backcourt, Franz, who's only an 85 still. And then they got Powell at the 4, Carter Jr. at the 5, Jalen Suggs, Precious Achiuwa, Justin Edwards, who I wanted to draft. Yeah, he had a solid rookie year. Doesn't look like anybody is hurt on this team. Let's see what happens here in game 1. Kennard is fully healthy, and we end up losing by 25 points at home. Luke Kennard was our leading scorer with 33 points. He did hit 8 threes. This man shows up in the playing tournament of the playoffs. Asor Thompson maybe doesn't show up as much, and Sasser was fine, but Morris and Poku combining 2 for 11. Game 2 is going to go to the Detroit Pistons. We end up winning by 12, so we split these games in Detroit. Asor Thompson, much better. 17, 8, 10, and 4. Great game there. 20 and 9 for Ivy, but he shot the ball horribly for us. Game number 3 goes to the Orlando Magic. We almost came back there in the fourth quarter. We ended up losing by 2 points. Duren had 25 and 17. Cade, 9 for 20. Ivy, 8 for 20. Definitely struggling in the playoffs so far. Wiseman had 17 points in 17 minutes. Okay. Kennard struggled. Asor struggled. We may go down 3-1. Nope, we stay alive there, 2-2. Blow them out in Orlando by 27 points. Franz with 31. Cade with 33. Stewart, does he start over Poku? I don't know. Kennard hit his threes. Duren was good. Asor had 9 rebounds and 12 assists. Is he the best passer on the team? Game number 5, Jaden Ivey will be injured, though. That is brutal. Kennard will probably start at the 2 now. Oh, man. He'll get 32 minutes. May need to a little bit rely on Asor Thompson more. I think Monty Morris and Marcus Sasser are going to see an influx in minutes, because I don't really know if I want to give Torian Prince minutes. Game number 5 with no Jaden Ivey, we do end up losing by 1 point. Damn, we have a 2-point loss and a 1-point loss. The backcourt sucked. The backcourt combined 9 for 32 shooting with Kennard and Cunningham. Are we going to lose in 6? Yes, we do. Oh, as a 2 seed, we lose in round 1. I mean, our second best player, maybe even our best player, goes down with an injury. Sasser, man, had a great game here in which we lost by 9. Asor had a good game. You know what? He had a solid playoff, a solid round 1, just still struggles from the 3 at times. Kennard shot the ball well. How did Cade do overall, man? Cade did not show up. He had 8, 8, and 8, 4 turnovers. But he did have good numbers in the playoffs. I was hoping he was going to average maybe closer to 30 points a night than 20 points. Poku kind of sucked. Maybe that experiment is thrown out the window. So you have a Southeast division matchup here. And yeah, we are not advancing in the playoffs, which kind of sucks. You got the Cavs beating the Magic with Mobley and John Morant being your conference finals MVPs. And yeah, Morant got it, even though the Blazers beat them. That's funny. So does Dame finally get a ring? Nope. It's going to go to the Cavs. They go back-to-back with Mobley winning Most Improved, Depoy, MVP, and Finals MVP. Maybe the greatest season of all time. And LeBron James ends his career on the Charlotte Hornets. Just as weird as Patrick Ewing on the Orlando Magic or something like that. Joe Bruni retires. He had a very short stint as maybe the Hawks head coach. Russ and LeBron head to the Hall of Fame. A plethora of jersey retirements. They are LeBron by 3 teams, not 4. The Hornets, you don't want to retire his jersey. So we aren't going to have any first-round picks in this draft. The New York Knicks will be getting our first-round pick. The Pelicans from the Jrue Holiday trade get number 1. Thunder from the Paul George trade get 2. Pelicans also get 3. That is very impressive. And the New York Knicks are going to have our pick at 29. Well, that's kind of crazy. So Stephen Silas's contract is up. Do I get Chris Paul to be an assistant? I don't think I could steal Mark Daigneault as an assistant, but if I could, I will. If not, let's bring Stephen Silas back. You know what? Let's upgrade. Mark Daigneault, welcome to to the Pistons as an assistant. So let's look here at the 2025 draft class where we got Pete Blake, a 21-year-old shooting guard, is the potential #1 overall pick. Jesse Haynes, #2. Mark Arnold there, a center out of VCU. You have Dean Monroe, a shooting guard out of North Carolina. Ooh, this class maybe doesn't look that great. I mean, it looks like Mark Arnold could potentially be the best player. I'm not too familiar with Olden Polinice as Gregor Pearson. Person, excuse me. Tim Duncan would be his ceiling. Yeah, I think that should be the #1 overall pick. Marcel Sonnet looks pretty good as well. So does that Tim Duncan ceiling guy go #1? No, Sonnet goes #1. #2, the Thunder are trading the pick. Well, who could this be for? James Harden. James Harden going back to OKC where his career started, and they get Christian Wood out of this. They take Gregor Pearson. That is a huge pickup there for Toronto. All right, so Monte Morris is a free agent. He's going to leave. I'm going to let him walk. All right, so I'm going to make this trade on draft night. I'm trading my 2 seconds here, a 2029 second. One is pick 8 in the second round. One is pick 28. Isaiah Stewart to the Thunder for Taylor Horton Tucker, and I get their first round pick in 2028. So yeah, we're going to do this trade. THT is going to be fighting with Monte Morris for the backup point guard minutes, and it gives us just more point guard depth as well before we bring back Cade Cunningham. And we also save some money in the process too. Like I said, I may go after like Aaron Gordon, or maybe an upgrade at the 3 if I don't think Asor Thompson could be that starting 3 if we're trying to win a championship. Maybe I go after somebody like Andrew Wiggins or somebody like that. And the Mavericks just traded the 6th overall pick for Zach Collins and Norman Powell. What the hell, Dallas? All right, so let's pick up the team option on Ivy, Duran Thompson. I think Marcus Sasser for $2.8 million, but our second round picks from a year ago, Keith McLeod and Clay Cage, I'm going to let walk. Does Giannis want to come to Detroit? I mean, we are on the rise. Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum are all free agents. I mean, does Jimmy Butler want to go back? No, I don't know my geography. I was going to say go back to the state of Michigan where he played at school, but Marquette is in Wisconsin. I believe it's near Milwaukee. I mean, Mitchell, Kyrie are free agents, Brunson, and Randall. I mean, we could go after Julius Randle. Don't really know if I love that idea. I'm going to give all 3 of these guys the qualifying offers. I can always re-announce it on James Wiseman. So, free agency time. Is Aaron Gordon here? He is. 29 years old, I think would be a perfect pickup for us here in Detroit. I'm going to give him a 4-year deal worth $76 million. I think that would be a great price. It's not going to go up at all. So I think we could try to sign him. I think I'm going to give Alex Sarr the backup center spot unless we can give Wiseman back on the QO once again or something like that. So we can get Gordon. I'm cool with it being a Cade, Ivy, Thompson, 1, 2, 3. But I think maybe getting another power forward would be nice. I don't hate the idea of trying to get Trey Murphy. Kuminga would be nice, but he wants $37 million. So you know what? I'm going to see if I can also get Trey Murphy. We have the money. I'm going to give him a 4-year deal as well. We'll see if the Pelicans are going to match that. And boom, we get Aaron Gordon. And we get Trey Murphy. I'm not going to renounce the rights on anybody yet. I'm going to keep an eye on Cade Cunningham. If I can, I don't know if I could sign all 3 of these guys if Cade gets a max. So I may just have to try to prolong Cunningham's process. But it looks like the Pelicans are not going to match that. And yeah, I think Cade is about to take a deal, which we are going to match that. He gets it from the Spurs, 4 years, 161. Let's match that contract. So boom, we, I think, improved this team. We splurged a little bit in free agency. We picked up Trey Murphy. And we picked up Aaron Gordon, 2 new power forwards for us. Murphy's going to be 100% the 6th man. And if Asor Thompson struggles, he could go into the starting small forward spot. We got Aaron Gordon playing next to Jalen Duren in the front court. Alex Sarr is there as well. And I'm going to look for some insurance. If Alex Sarr does struggle, I'm going to give Steven Adams a 1-year deal, which means Wiseman and Poku both aren't going to come back. And I'm also going to give Hayward Highsmith a 1-year deal as well. I mean, we do have $16 million in cap space still. So do I want Bobby Portis? Do I want to bring back Bojan? I mean, I wouldn't hate to bring back Bojan, who in Memphis shot 42% from 3, 33% from 3. You know what? Let's bring back Bojan on a 1-year deal. I don't know if he's going to play for us. Like, I don't think he would crack the rotation, though. That's the thing. Because if we look at it right now, well, Duren and Sarr, that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8, 9. Yeah, it's going to be tough. So I don't really think I'm going to, like, commit to Bojan Bogdanovic. Any guys switch teams? Yeah, Giannis goes to Chicago. Okay. Donovan Mitchell leaves Cleveland. That's good for us in the Eastern Conference. He goes to LA. Kyrie Irving stays in Dallas. Jamal Murray stays in Denver. Jalen Green stays in Houston. Brunson stays. Markkanen replaces Giannis in Milwaukee. And then Julius Randle goes to the Kings. Paul George to the Hornets. Lonzo to the Spurs. Isaiah Livers accepts the qualifying offer. Cade is up to a 90. Ivy's an 86. There's Gordon, Duren, Thompson. Kennard regresses a little bit. All right, so let's look at the 2026 rotation, which I think I'm going to make THT the backup point guard. I think we're going to go with a 9-man. I think I want to play Sasser like 12 minutes a night. So, yeah, we'll have Sasser, Sarr, Kennard, THT, and Trey Murphy off the bench. Oh, it's kind of tough here. Maybe Sarr's going to get like 13 minutes a night. Maybe I go, how do I want to do this? Possibly 26 to Trey Murphy. That might be a little bit. And then we did like 33 to Ivy. So, yeah, this is what it's going to look like for now. Injuries will happen. Maybe Sasser or Kennard struggles and they fall out of the rotation. System proficiency is 4.5 star pace and space. Yes, this is the way I wanted to construct this roster. I think it's very well balanced. Adding Aaron Gordon. I wonder how good Trey Murphy would be in this system as well. Okay, I thought he was a little bit better, but it's okay. So, first game of the season's on the road against, oh my God, the Hornets. And Trey Murphy's out 2 to 4 weeks with right foot plantar fasciitis. God damn it. So like Isaiah Livers might play a little bit more. We won by 5. Cade had 26. Ivy had 14 assists. Duren had 16 and 15. Sar had 6 and 2. Oh, I was hoping those were blocks. 4 turnovers, Sar. Really? Aaron Gordon 16, 6 and 3. 1 steal, 1 block. Let's go. Trey Murphy. There are only 3 points there, and he's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. We do end up losing by 2 touchdowns to the Washington Wizards. Kuzma had 33 against us. They do have Pascal Siakam as well. Home game against the Bulls. We beat him by 22. Ivy had 22. Kennard, man, this guy has been so good for us. Asur Thompson with a 19-2, 3-3 game. 4 blocks for Jalen Duren. 2 for Alex Sar, who hit 7 free throws. Hell yeah. This would be a nice win on the road in Minnesota. Oh, boy. We got blown out by 32 points. Let's see how the season goes. All right, so through the team's first 40 games this year, we are 29-11. We currently sit as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it's very realistic for us to get the 1 seed. The Pacers now have Franz Wagner. Okay, that is a very good addition. This is a very good Pacers team, as they are 31-9 at the moment. We do have our first-round pick. We have 3 lottery-protected first. This one is from the Bojan trade, and then these 2 are from the Isaiah Stewart trade. All, yeah, like lottery-protected, so I don't think they're going to amount to too much. Cade Cunningham has been our leading scorer this year. 21.5 points, 6.7 rebounds, a career high, 6.5 assists, 50, 42, 86 splits. He's been very good for us, fresh off that contract extension. Jaden Ivey's been good, 19.7, 3.7, 7.7. Shooting 36 from 3. He's going to get a new contract extension as well. Jalen Duren has been a freaking stud for us. He wants that new contract. Trey Murphy shooting 38 from 3, 95 from the line. He's been a perfect 6th man. Aaron Gordon, I think, fit that power forward role almost perfectly. I would like that 3-point percentage to be above 30%, and then I would say so. Asur Thompson, there we go. 34 from 3, 47 from the field. A solid true shooting percentage. Hell yeah. Marcus Sasser, I mean, he shoots 38 from 3, but 39 from the field. I do want to see if Trey Murphy's up there in the 6th man of the year race, as Luke is number 1 in MVP. Gregory Person, the Tim Duncan ceiling guy, is up there in Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson, 6th man of the year. Well, you have Harden, Lillard, and Beal. What the hell? B-ball Paul. So no Trey Murphy, Mobley top of Depoy, and then Wiseman, who ended up back in Golden State. He's having a solid year by this counting stats, is number 1 for most improved. All right, all-star draft time, and we don't see Cade Cunningham as an all-star. Oh, wait, we do. Wait, did he make it last year? Oh my God, am I stupid? It says 2-time all-star. Oh my God. Don't tell me he was a starter last year and I missed it. All right, I do this every video. All right, well, he was an all-star last year, so I apologize for missing it. I'm sure you already commented that I did. Jalen Brunson, first-time all-star. Yeah, with no Randall there, he is freaking balling out. You have Scotty Barnes from the 2021 class, like Cade, as a first-time all-star as well. And then Evan Mobley, 2-time. He's definitely been the best player from that class since he's won MVP and a finals MVP in this video. We're here at the trade deadline, 26 games above 500. All right, I kind of want to make a win-now move here and try to trade Monty Morris and my first-round pick this year, as well as maybe the most valuable out of one of these. So it looks like that Memphis pick has good value. So I'm going to try to move maybe just Monty Morris and that Memphis lottery pick, which might, since it's lottery protected, won't be great in the 2024 draft, but in the 2025. To Toronto for Derek White, who's like the perfect role player for us off the bench, gives us even more insurance if somebody does go down. And I think this is going to be my big win now move here, and they agree to that. So yeah, that Bojan Bogdanovic pick ends up being Derek White down the line. So I think with the new rotation, that means Marcus Sasser is definitely falling out of it, even though he's good, man. I don't mind giving him 9th man minutes in the playoffs for sure. I think Luke Kennard, who's an elite 3-point shooter, might go down a little bit. THT could go down a little bit. I think maybe we see a Sar go down a tad as well. I got to find a way to get Derek White at least 20 minutes a night, you know. So Sar's been good. I actually like what he's done for us, but he gets 10 minutes a night. I think Taylor Horton-Tucker gets 10 minutes a night as well, since I'm playing Cade Cunningham. I don't really need to play THT that much. So yeah, White and Trey Murphy off the bench. That's such a good duo. And I think that's going to be my major move here. Do we have any contract extensions? Kennard would resign, but he's got 2 years left. Damn, Luke Kennard goes down before the season ends. That hurts. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander wins the 2026 MVP. Gregor Person is your Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson, twin brother of Asor, 6th Man of the Year. Evan Mobley gets Depoy. Wiseman Most Improved. Donovan Mitchell, Clutch Player of the Year for the Clippers. And Donovan takes home Coach of the Year. Giannis, no. I mean, kind of helps us if the Bulls made the playoffs. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. You have Wemby, Edwards, Ja, Curry, and Zion all making All-NBA second team. LaMelo, Embiid, Halliburton, Scoot, and Mobley on third team. 3 guards making it. Oh, yeah. Duh, it's positionalist now. Do we get anybody on the defensive teams? We do not, unfortunately. So we finished the season as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be winning 60. We won 62 games. Let's freaking go. Second best record in the NBA behind the OKC Thunder. We're going to be taking on the Washington Wizards in round 1. They did beat us, I think, in like the first game of the season or second. They have a Demara who it's not been that good. They do have a Devin Vassell, DeJounte Murray, Miles McBride, Siakam, Sadiq Bey. A lot of new faces here in Washington. Bilal Coulibaly. Don't worry, I'll make him good in the Wizards rebuild. But yeah, here were the end of the season stats. Cade Cunningham, the only player above 20 points. I'm very excited for this team in the playoffs. I think we gotta be the front runners to win it all. So I know, I really like Luke Kennard, but I don't know, man. He's performed for us in the playoffs before, but I don't think he's gonna make the playoff rotation since I traded for Derek White. I think Derek White and Trey Murphy are gonna be the 2 main guys off the bench. We're gonna go 37 minutes to Cade and Ivy. I think I'm gonna go 29 to Asor. I would like to go 32 to Duren and Gordon. Leaves me 2 more minutes remaining. I think maybe we'll give it to Trey Murphy and Derek White. Says the proficiency is 4.5 stars. I want to play my top guys. All right, let's see if we can beat the Washington Wizards. Last year's the 1 seed. We did lose game 1, but we blow out the Wizards. Held them to 17 points in the 4th. Okay, I'm scared. Cade Cunningham only played in 26 minutes. Oh, and he did not foul out. Am I about to see Cade Cunningham got hurt? Don't tell me he's hurt right now. Oh my God, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Bruised left heel 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, it could be so much worse. We take home a game 2 victory by 38 points. Duren with 35 and 18. Cade with a bruised heel. 30, 11 and 9. 11 assists for Ivy. 14 points for Murphy. Can we go up 3 games to 0? No. Oh my God, they beat us by 1 in overtime. We had so many close games last year against the Magic in round 1. I don't want to see this again. Game 4. Goes to us. All right, there we go. We blow them out of the water by, what, 29 points. Ivy with 31. Man, why did he only play 29 minutes? I don't know. 3 fouls. Don't tell me he got hurt. Okay, good. And we end up winning in 5. We beat him by 32 points here. Cade, with whatever injury he has, minor, 36, 9, 10, 2, and 1. 4 for 6 from downtown. 5 for 19 from the field. Murphy kind of struggled, but you know what? A win is a win. Huge stuff, man. And Duren, Aaron Gordon, and Asor Thompson all fouled out, and we still won by 32. That is a statement win right there. And look at that. We can get revenge on the Boston Celtics, Orlando Magic, who just beat the Boston Celtics in 7 games. They won by 5 in Orlando here. But they no longer have Franz Wagner. He is in Indiana, so they are starting Justin Edwards. Good. He's pretty good. So they got Anunoby coming off the bench. They got some good backup bigs with Achua, Looney, and JRE there. So game 1, we end up getting Cade back healthy. Kennard's fully healthy. We win by 8 points. Ivy with a 31 piece. 11 assists for Cade Cunningham as well. 3 steals for Aaron Gordon and Trey Murphy. Game number 2 goes to the Detroit Pistons. Oh man, I really like this team. I think I really built a great team here. A very strong roster. We go up 3-0. Yes. Let's freaking go. Ivy. There's Derek White. That's why I got him, because he can give me a 23-7 game. And oh my God, look how efficient he has been for us in the playoffs. That is what I'm talking about. Are we going to sweep the Magic? Yes, we freaking do. Hell yeah. Banchero goes off, does not matter, because Ivy has a hell of a performance there in Game 4. Same with Jalen Duren, who's averaging 21 and 13.5 in the playoffs. We're taking on the Cavs in the conference finals. They beat the Pacers in 6. Here have been the playoff stats so far as Jalen Duren has been the #1 scorer. Asor Thompson has been him. Wow. All right, so taking on Cleveland, who still have Garland. No more Lonzo Ball. This is probably the worst version of Cleveland we've seen in this video. No more Alonzo, no more Donovan Mitchell. They do have Evan Mobley, though, who's like the defensive GOAT. They got Jared Allen. They got Garland, Max Strus. I mean, their bench does not scare me. It doesn't move me. Game 1, we win. 2 Central Division teams. Oh, my goodness, if we choke that 4th quarter. No. Oh, my God. Get outscored by 23. Win by 1. Game number 2 goes to the Detroit Pistons. Let's go. We won by 6. We can't be stopped. Come on, give me a 3-0. Give me a 3-0 on them. Nope. Okay, 2-1. Ended up losing by 3. Garland at 42. All right, that's fine. Nobody really stunk. I mean, like, I guess Trey Murphy kind of stunk it up here. Cade only took 7. Well, Cade fouled out. Why is Cade fouling out? Why is Asor getting 5 fouls? Why is Ivy? Why is my starting backcourt fouling out? And we go up 3-1, though. Oh, my goodness. We just beat him by 49. Oh, my God, Cade. He doesn't foul out here. 1 foul, 37, 12, and 5. 13 assists for Ivy. 13 rebounds for Aaron Gordon. And can we win Game 5 and go to the NBA Finals? No, they stay alive. We really have a shitty fourth quarter there. 7 assists for Jaden Ivey. 3 for 10 shooting for Trey Murphy, who's probably been one of our worst players in the playoffs. He's definitely been underperforming. 5 turnovers. He really could have lost us the game there. Don't let them force a Game 7. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. We're taking on the Rockets, I believe. Şengün Western Conference Finals MVP. Cade in the East. Shout out to the 2021 draft class. Yeah, they swept the Warriors. So they got Kevin Porter Jr., screw him, Jalen Green, Zach LaVine, Jabari Smith Jr., Şengün, Amen Thompson. Oh, this is cool. The Thompson brother finals. Game 1. Asor Thompson can play through this injury. We'll monitor it if he starts playing bad. But yeah, he's going to have an injury for the remainder of the playoffs. We win, though. We win Game 1. Huge by 14 points. Thompson has 8 rebounds and 12 assists. Does not shoot the ball that well, but had a really good game with that injury. Ivy and Cade combined for 60. Amen Thompson had a good game here. I don't know why they don't start him over Kevin Porter Jr. Game 2, we win. Oh, boy. We win both in Detroit. Duran dominates Şengün. They're 30-13. Cade has a great game. Asor, man. He's playing through that pinch nerve just fine. We do lose Game 3 by 4 points in Houston. Good games from Ivy, Cunningham, Duran, Thompson, Gordon. Are they going to tie it up 2-2? Yes, they do. Oh, boy. Okay, they win by 15. They win both games there in Houston. Asor Thompson hasn't really shown me anything to not play him as many minutes as I currently am. Massive Game 5 here. Are they going to win 3 in a row? No, we win Game 5. Yes, winning that Game 5 when it's tied 2-2 is like the greatest feeling ever. Trey Murphy, I think, sucks. I think what I'm going to do is give him 23 minutes a night, and I'm going to give more to Derek White, or maybe I'll even play Asor Thompson more minutes because he's that guy. Game 6 in Houston. Are the Rockets going to force a Game 7, or are we going to close it out and win the 2026 NBA Finals? Monty Williams might be that guy. We're currently up by 7 with 10 minutes to go. Asor Thompson. Okay, why is he taking 25 shots and 12 threes? He did not get the memo to hold it back. Oh my God, are we going to win this game? We're up by 10. Oh, they came back. Up by 4. Up by 6, 2 minutes to go. Up by 5, up by 2, 34 seconds. I want to see this game live. I want to watch it, man. This is going to scare the crap out of me. Are they going to foul? They might foul right away. All right, so Aaron Gordon inbounding the ball. Just don't turn it over. Okay, you can kick it to Cade in the backcourt. 32 seconds. Please take all the time on the shot clock. You don't need to take a quick shot. Come on, Cade. Oh, okay, they foul. They foul. That's fine with me. They don't want to waste any more time. They're going to send Cade Cunningham to the line, who's been a better free throw shooter as we've gone throughout this rebuild, and he knocks on the first. Let's go, Cade. Let's go. I need you to make it a 4-point game. And Cade is going to do just that. It's a 4-point game. If they miss their next shot, maybe over. Maybe Jover. Let's see. Aaron Gordon, man, what a signing. That's the guy I wanted. That's the guy I got. If I want it, I'm going to have it. Let's see. They're going to kick it to Kevin Porter Jr. They kick it quickly to LaVine, and he turns it over. Yes. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic, but I will take that. Cade just really needs to knock down 1. He doesn't really need to knock down any, but I'd prefer him to knock down 1. There we go. If he knocks down 2, I think that's over. And he goes, oh my God, 4 clutch free throws from Cade. They have no more timeouts. Yeah, it's cool. Number 1 overall pick, Cade versus number 2 pick, Jalen Green from the 2021 class, as Ivy does foul him. It's fine. It's fair too. You have the Thompson versus Thompson battle, which is cool. Steven Silas, and he's no longer our assistant GM. I'd say that would be cool against his old team. All right, let's just not mess this up. Kick it to Cade. Let's get him some more clutch free throws, or kick it to Ivy. I don't care. All right, Ivy, it's your time to hit some clutch free throws. First one from Ivy. Okay, he bricks it. Well, Ivy, if you miss this one, we're gonna have a problem here. We're gonna have a problem, Ivy, if you miss this one. All right, there we go. 5-point game. Ivy kicks it over to KPJ, who takes a quick 3. No good. Jalen Duran with the rebound, and that's it, folks. The Detroit Pistons are winning your 2026 NBA Finals. What a game from Cade, Ivy, man. The backcourt really came through. Aaron Gordon had a kind of a perfect game as well. They always miss 1 free throw, though. Asor Thompson 2 with the pinched nerve in the neck. It does not matter. Cade Cunningham, who averaged 23, 5, and 7, is your finals MVP. He shot 58% from 3 in those 6 games. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like if you did. Hope you guys have been enjoying the longer rebuilds to 2K24. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying the longer rebuilds also. And let me know in the comments which team you want to see me rebuild next. Give me like one of the OKC Thunder, Utah Jazz, Hornets, or Wizards. Probably do one of those 4 teams. Maybe not the Jazz. So yeah, or honestly, it's going to be the Wizards or the Hornets. I think we're going to go back to the Eastern Conference here or stay in it. Hope you guys have been enjoying the Trailblazers franchise as well. It's a more episodic series where we get more in depth into these teams. And then the Ultimate Rebuilding series is going on as well. So yeah, thank you guys all for the love and support on 2K24. And I'll catch you guys in the next rebuild. Peace.